Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 90 Plus. We're your hosts. I'm David,
I'm Victor.
and today we have a couple topics to talk about. Just to start off the bat, my boys got a Chivas jersey, so
Sure.
we'll talk about the big Clásico that happened this past weekend with Chivas versus América. I don't know if you want to kick off or what'd you
Yeah,
think
let's
with the
start
game?
there. Obviously, say sorry about the fact that we didn't record last week, but it was international break. Nothing really much interesting. I think we'll cover those forward. But as of now, yeah, Chivas, bro, finally getting that dub 2-1 in Ciudad de Mexico. So America's playing home. We needed this, dude. Like it's been a couple years now. It's been a couple years, and I feel like it's constantly like just America fans talking trash. Chivas hasn't been where like I think they deserve to be.
Mm-hmm.
But then obviously like it's a weird game because I realistically didn't expect Chivas to be as good as they were.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they were though. So what?
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, we're both Chivas fans. Obviously, you can see he has a jersey on.
Mhm.
But we both are Chivas fans. So no, yeah, I'm super happy, ecstatic, whatever. I don't know what words to use, but happy that we did win. Like you said, it's been a while. And especially like in their turf, and like you said, I wasn't even expecting for them to win. If anything, I was expecting a draw, 0-0. And even the signings, they're even the America fans were talking about,
Same man.
yeah, and how
Yeah.
he's, he was a great player. I don't know about now, but saying he was gonna score all these goals on Chivas. But no, look at
He
what
got
happened.
pocketed, yeah. Like
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't do anything. And I honestly, I kind of ever since I envisioned us talking in a podcast, like I always wanted to say this and just say it live for the first time. Que chinga su madre la América. Like simple as that. I'm just so happy, dude.
Yeah.
We
Ganó el
deserve
más
it. We
grande de
deserve it.
México.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
deserved it. We deserved it.
for
And for
sure.
all those America fans out there talking shit, like shut up because you lost. Get over it. They were, dude. They've been like on a very cocky state as of recently. You
Yeah.
know, like everything that I saw on social media leading up to Clásico this weekend was like, oh yeah, we're gonna put 7 past them, 5-2. They'd be lucky if it's only 3-0, whatever. Like, what happened, bro? Talk on the fucking field, like. And then the other thing that I want to get into about the Clásico, dude. Chiquito Sanchez. I don't know if you saw that
Oh,
foul,
yeah,
like
yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of the game, right in front of the referee, goes up, and I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you mean when they got in a fight? When they started, like,
Pretty sure it's Richie Lesma. He goes up to him in front of the referee, pushes him, no ball,
No, and then picks him back, grabs him from the shirt, and
right?
picks him back up after
No
he pushed
card.
him. No card. No, he gave both of them a yellow.
Right. But it should have been a red.
Yeah, or at least just a yellow for Chiquito, because
Right.
Ledesma didn't do anything. He literally got pushed, fell on the floor, got picked up, and then went to the ref and was like,
I thought
"What
they
the
called
hell?"
him Chiquito because of his stature, but I realized they called him Chiquito because of his attitude, bro. Like, that's just messed up. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think we should promote that. And I was mad because I'm like, I know damn well if it would have been the other way around, whatever Chivas player would have been
Yeah.
would have gotten a red, and that should have been a send off. That should be a couple games off, but
No,
regardless,
like you said, you can see the like favoritism, and for those of you that don't follow the
Liga MX.
Liga MX, America has always been that team that has been favorited.
Yeah.
There's jokes that go around all the time that penal para America, because if they don't get a penal, if they don't get the other team a red card, if they don't. You saw in the game they added on like 20 extra minutes at the end. When have you seen that?
It was supposed to be 6 minutes added on. I think they played like 17 or 12 or 17 extra.
They added on 13. So they when they brought out the board, they added on 13, I think it was, but they played until like 17 plus, which is insane. I feel like I've never seen that ever.
Yeah, me neither. And there's a lot of jokes going around about like if you check right now, they're probably still playing, trying to still figure out a way to until América.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok that was like, todavía estás viendo el juego de América y Chivas. Sí, van en el minuto 5800, and then that no se acaba hasta que empate la América or gane la América, because
some bullshit.
Even the goal they scored, it was a free kick, and
he didn't touch him.
He didn't even touch him.
Who was he? I'm blanking on his name.
It was Zendejas. Zendejas got the foul.
Zendejas like fucking threw himself. Great goal, whatever. But that should have never been. Regardless, I loved both goals. Piojo, we needed Piojo to wake up. So nice to see him score. And then Hormiga, man, it was. it together. So
yeah.
it was an ecstatic goal. I think we were both happy about that. So yeah, yeah, New
Yeah,
York
and I
fans.
mean, if you're an America fan, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you, but like I said, ganó el más grande de Mexico. Obviously, America fans are still gonna talk shit. That they're higher in the table, but I mean, you also lost to a team that's lower in the table, a lot lower than you. So
I think that's just more about your incompetence than however like favorite you were.
yeah, and that you can only win, if Gato Ortiz isn't there,
Yeah,
you're
if
not
the
gonna
Gato
win.
Ortiz is not officiating, nothing happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think. Did you want to continue to talk about Liga MX?
No, we can move on.
Yeah, I just want to give that little highlight to our Chivas. So I want to start also like now moving away from talk about the Premier League, um, more about the teams, not necessarily. I mean, so this
Yeah.
past weekend, for those of you who haven't been caught up, Manchester City and Manchester United faced off in the Manchester Derby.
Yep.
To nobody's surprise, Manchester City dominated 3-0.
I was a
Early,
little surprised.
really? I mean,
I
they're
feel
both
like
so
the way they both have started,
yeah.
I feel like they've been equally like just bad. I want to say not horrible, but I mean they both started off pretty bad.
I wouldn't say equally bad because
Yeah,
City got like at least an important win to begin.
yeah, but they had what, one win out of the 3 games they played, and what, man, you had the same thing.
But I think their win was like 1-0 or something like that.
Who's?
Manchester United.
They won like 3-2, 4, something like that.
Yeah, I need to go back to them.
But the point was, like, they're both starting off evenly bad. At least I thought. So I was thinking it was gonna be a more even game, like 1-0, 0-0, 1-1, something like that. But I mean, 3-0, it was a good game.
Yeah, 3-0 was good. I think it was a lot more high scoring than I expected, but
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing we've been seeing for a while now. And I know that Manchester United has a couple of wins sprinkled in there, but for the last 5 years, it's really been a City show, and Manchester has been painted blue.
Oh,
I'm not particularly a City fan. I think I would have associated myself more with the United side of Manchester growing up.
mm-hmm.
Now it's
You
so
just
terrible
know
down there that
who's-
I don't really care. But yeah, so we had 2 goals from Haaland, one from Foden. Donnarumma made his debut, which was
I think he probably made the difference too, because he had.
yeah.
I mean, he didn't have anything crazy, but there was like one. I think there was like a volley from Embueno,
Mhm.
that he blocked. It was a good block. I think. Yeah, he's definitely a good addition for City. Definitely a keeper they needed.
Yeah, I think it's gonna pay dividends down the line, but yeah, I mean, City also just kind of has issues that they need to fix, right? Like, I don't know what's going on with Pep. His tactics aren't working as well as they used to. Granted, they got the dub at United, so it is what it is. But yeah, not to stick too much on it. We do have a lot to get through. Moving on, we had Liverpool and Arsenal both won. Liverpool had to hold on to a 1-0 lead, or had to get a 1-0 lead really late on, which has been kind of a constant pattern that we've been seeing with Liverpool. Fun stat, Liverpool have won 4 consecutive Premier League matches with goals scored in the last 10 minutes. That's a little surprising, which I think you could either say that they're really clutch late, or on the flip side, you could say that there's a deeper issue. So it's like, do they have difficulty breaking through the defense? Do they lack some fluidity in attack? Are they relying on individual brilliance rather than team effort? And yeah, that I don't know. What's your takeaway from that on Liverpool? How do you choose to see it? Do you think?
So, I mean, that last game, I was watching it, and I think it just made me think of a La Liga game.
Mhm.
Like, if you watch that game, Burnley was just parking the bus the whole game. I mean, I remember I looked up the stats. I think Liverpool had like 19 shot attempts. I'm pulling it up right now, so give me 1 sec. My bad. They had 27 shot attempts. They had 4 shots on goal. So I mean, that's also not big.
Yeah.
That's not a good percentage. But I think they had like 81 ball possession, which we talked last time. Like, ball possession doesn't really matter, but like, it goes to show just how much they dominated the game. I mean, 27 shot
20 plus
attempts.
shots already.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
You already expect like two or more goals.
Yeah.
Shots, yeah.
But I was watching the game, and man, like I said, I think it was just like the whole time Burnley was just defending with every single player, and we're just waiting for the counters.
Which
Uh,
I feel like kind of how you were saying highlights a bigger problem with that I've seen a lot in football today. And it's not only like the Spanish league, but I think any major team facing kind of like an underdog,
mm,
it's always the underdog's going to sit behind, park the bus, and it's going to become an issue because no matter how many attacking prowess you have, it's going to be tough for you to break those back lines. You know,
yeah,
um, yeah,
yeah. Which I understand, like you said, like I mean, how is Burnley going to compare to Liverpool? That we talked about it. This I think I don't even remember how much we said they spent in the transfer market this season, this summer, but
over 200 mil for sure.
yeah, probably more, but
Careful, because in the comments they're going to correct us that it wasn't
yeah,
200. I'm sorry, guys, if it was 201.5 million.
whatever it was. But Burnley was never even. I don't even know, like spending a fraction of that. So I understand where it's like they're not going to compete to the same level as Liverpool, but I don't know, it's just to me it's boring football to just watch someone attack and attack and attack for 90 minutes and nothing's happening, no one's scoring because
Yeah,
one team is just parking the bus the whole 90 minutes. It's like,
and I feel like you as a Madrid fan and me as a Barca fan, it's something that we constantly see, like our teams where it's like they're both very attacking, but it gets frustrating sometimes to watch where like the team doesn't break, and it isn't until like the first or sometimes the second goal
mhm.
that you'll finally see them breaking. Like, okay, we got to go and try to tie this, and that's when the game opens up. And but yeah, no, I agree with your analysis on that. I think I
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at the other games, I mean, the Arsenal Liverpool, like, I feel like that was an even matchup, especially with like the signings they both had. So for that one to be 1-0, like, I'm not surprised. I mean, when Liverpool played Newcastle, they won 3-2. Like, that was a pretty high scoring game, 5 goals in total. Same thing against Bournemouth, it was 4-2. So it's like, it was nothing like this Burnley game where, I mean, it was 0-0 the whole game
yeah,
up until like what, the
yeah, it
90,
was
it was like the
really late.
93rd minute? 95th was when he
95th.
got the pen. So,
So yeah, that's unfortunate. But it's funny that you were bringing up. You said Arsenal Liverpool, right? Like we were talking.
yeah, that they played
Yeah.
like the week before.
I don't know if you saw, but Arteta actually had some high praise for Liverpool. He called them the favorites to win the Premier League this year. I think
Hmm.
his statement was that they're the strongest squad in the Premier League. So obviously citing their signings and as quality additions, which I think it's interesting because it could say one of two things. He's either defending his own squad performance and acknowledging that they need to be a better level to beat Liverpool,
Yeah.
but also there's a psychological narrative where it's like, okay, Arsenal's chasing, Liverpool's defending, kind of puts the pressure on Liverpool and takes some pressure off themselves. But at the same time, like, don't you want to hold your players to a high standard and be like, no, we're the best team, we're the strongest squad, regardless if we are or we're not. I believe that we have
Yeah.
what it takes, right? Um, but yeah, Arsenal did what they had to do. They got the win. They're still on top of the league. Um, Nothing really surprising me there. Anything that stood out to you on that Arsenal game?
The Arsenal game, you said? What did they
Mm-hmm.
play?
Give me one
Let
second.
me see. Oh, they played Forest,
Oh
Nottingham
yeah, yeah.
Forest. No, honestly, I think Zubimendi. I mean, he had that. It was like a banger, I think. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
volley, half volley. I think it was a volley coming out outside the box. He just
Bro,
smashes it in. And then he
I,
scored a second, I think a header, and then Gyökeres scored two.
it, so yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, I mean, going back to like what you were saying about that, I think it's interesting because I mean they both had a lot of signings. I mean, if you look at Arsenal, it's like a completely different team. They have Eze,
It is.
Madueke, Gyökeres, Zubimendi. I mean that's four right there. And
Yeah,
then same thing with
you
Liverpool. I mean they have
Ekitike, they have
Words,
Isak, Verts, Frimpong.
and then
I know I was forgetting
Kirkis.
someone.
Kirk is from I think they bought him from Bournemouth.
Yeah.
He's a left back. I actually feel bad for him. So
Why?
In the Burnley game, he like dove in like the first couple minutes. I don't remember what minute it was at, but he dove and like tried to get a PK and they gave him a yellow. And at the like 35th minute, they subbed him out.
Damn.
And
I,
I remember watching a video one time. I can't remember what team it was, but it was like a bunch of players from like a certain team.
mhm.
And they were like interviewing them and they asked them like, would you rather score an own goal or be subbed off in like the 45th minute? And everybody was like own goal because an own goal is
Nah,
like
no, I'd rather be subbed off.
what?
I'd rather
I
be
think an
subbed
own
off.
goal because an own goal is like anything could happen. It could rebound off of you and it's like, oh shit, like it wasn't really your
No,
fault.
right, right,
But
right.
to be subbed off in the first half,
I
like
don't think
that means you're
I
playing like
know. I
shit
get it. I
that they
get
gotta
it.
take you. You're that bad. They gotta take you out.
Yes, but I'm a team player, and you know what? If I'm playing so, because let's be honest, bro, I think most players have had performances where they're like, you don't deserve to be playing right now, but because of who you are, because we believe you could possibly have a
Yeah.
spark and score later on, we'll leave you on. But I'm one of those players. You know what? I'm going to do it for the team. If I score an own goal, whether we're winning or not, like that affects the team. If I get subbed off, it's probably going to help the team because I was
But okay,
playing
but
like
not
shite.
thinking about it as like as a team player, but like to think about it like what's worse. Like I think
What would
it's
hit like my
worse.
ego worse?
No, I think it's just like what's like yeah, like what's worse in general. Like I think it's worse to
Nah,
be
come
subbed
on.
off.
No, no, no. Scoring your own goal. Dude, scoring your own goal got to be like top, top
No,
three of the
bro.
worst moments and being subbed off in the first 45.
No, because dude, like I said, if you score an own goal, like
Okay, if
it
you
could be
were,
a rebound, it could
so
be
I'll give you another
something
one.
like
I'll give you another
dumb.
one. If you were in the World Cup final, right? Would you rather score an
Okay,
own
but that's
goal?
different.
No, no, no. Because
Now
you,
you're thinking no, because you're thinking now of like being a team player. Like that's different. Like
no,
you're
no, no.
doing
I'm
it for
just
this
thinking like,
cup.
dude,
No. Okay, now think about it if it's a friendly and you're already up 7-0 and it's the 35th minute. Would you rather get subbed off or score an own goal? Right, exactly.
right, but that's fair. I think in most cases, okay, in most cases, especially when we're talking about the Premier League, they're very tight matches, right, for the most part. So let's assume that it's either a 1-1 or
Okay,
2-1 score lead.
regardless of the own goal or like that, I think it was just
I think it'll affect you mentally.
yeah,
Yeah, of
like I feel
course.
like it
Like,
sucks to be, especially like being a new signing. Like you
yeah,
just came to the club and you're supposed to be like the replacement for who was it, like Robertson, who
yeah,
was playing left back.
Robertson.
Yeah, right. You're like basically being the replacement for him, and then for you to like just get subbed off. Which, granted, who knows? Like maybe it was just because of who they were playing. Like he wasn't the way his play style just was not helping Liverpool. But
But I
I
think
definitely think it was just he was just not playing good.
I think that's where the manager comes in, and depending on your manager, it really helps or hinders your team. If you have a good manager,
Yeah.
he's going to sit you down. He's going to have a conversation with you after and be like, "Hey, listen, it's going to take some time to adapt. Don't take this personal. We need to get these points. I don't think you're performing to the level that I'm used to seeing you. Doesn't mean that you can't perform in that level. It
Right.
just means that like this one instance, right? Or if you have a bad manager, you let the player get in his own head, and then I don't think you could bring him out of that. You know. So
Right.
I really hope that manager went up to him, talked to him, explain that, and hopefully he'll be back up in the next few games. But with that, obviously, also we're recording on Tuesday, so right after the Champions League matches, Arsenal beat who was it? Atletico Bilbao 2-0, correct?
Yeah. 2-0.
Yeah. We had goals from
It was Gyökeres, I think, and
no, it was Martinelli.
right.
Sorry, Gyökeres. So
You're
sorry
right.
came in for Gyökeres, but yeah.
You're right. Because I
Um,
remember I was watching the game and it was the subs that made the goals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Martinelli
honestly only
and
watched the highlights
Trossard.
because I was, dude, so much great football happened today. We obviously, and we'll get more into it later, but yeah, I expected it. Honestly, I think Arsenal is way stronger than Atletico Bilbao. I don't rate Atletico Bilbao. Um, I think they are one of the tougher La Liga teams, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think they compete with the top Premier League, right? And that goes back to like when we talk about leagues and who's a better league, blah 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 blah. I think on an average team, usually a Premier League team is better, which I would consider Atletico Bilbao being an
Mm-hmm.
average team. But on the top of the league, I think Real Madrid and Barcelona are superior to most other Premier League teams.
Yeah, I mean, besides possession, it seemed like a pretty even game. I definitely think
Yeah,
so.
11 attempts from both sides.
Not giving betting advice, but before this game, I had placed a bet. But I didn't know that Nico Williams wasn't playing.
Mm.
So I feel
Why
like
didn't he
he
play?
definitely made a big something about like a hip injury.
Oh.
I think he definitely would have made a big difference for um Athletic Club.
Surprise.
That's actually why I had
Wait, did Nico
placed
Williams
my bet.
play in this past in
La
this
Liga game against
no, not La Liga game in the international break for Spain?
honestly, I'm not sure. Like you said, I
I
wasn't really
want to
paying
double
attention.
check because it brings me to another point,
Oh my
and
god,
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
conspiracy theories.
It's not so much the conspiracy theories, but just something that I've been wanting to
Oh, because you're like, if he didn't play because he was injured, why did it take Lamine?
yeah, why well, that's what I was saying, like, I'm like, "Oh, maybe he didn't play this, Champions League match because he got injured with Spain," and obviously, we know their coach is, absolutely okay with making their players play through pain. I'm trying to find it.
But why you look for that? Yeah, I think I had thought it was gonna be a pretty even game, especially being at home game for Athletic Club. Um, and if Nico Williams played, I think he would have definitely helped them just on like their attacking.
I
Um,
think usually he is one of those players that could. I think he is Atletico Bilbao's most decisive player. And with difference, that's why you have like big clubs looking for you. And I'm not just talking about Barca. Bayern were interested. There were some Premier League teams interested as well. But here.
I mean, but even then, without him, I mean, it was only 2-0. And honestly, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Arsenal were attacking more from what I was. I mean, even looking at the stats, they had 6 shots on target, and um, Athletic Club only had 2. Um,
Yeah.
so they had
So
more opportunities, but
and it was in San Mames, right? This happened in Bilbao. Yeah. So that's obviously for Bilbao. It's not the start that you want.
mhm.
Um, Hopefully they're able to build themselves back up and put up a strong performance. But honestly, like
Did you pull up if he played or not?
yeah, he did. So I was about to say that. Yeah, he did. He played on the left. So I wonder if it was after the game or it's just
Yeah,
all players are getting to play.
or
But
training or something. Who knows?
yeah, which now I know we talked about a little bit about the Premier League teams. I want to move forward to La Liga teams. Kind of talk basically what happened this weekend, and then obviously Madrid played today. So let's talk about that. And then I'll mention that whole Spanish part when we get to Barcelona. But let's start with Real Madrid. Um, they won, correct?
Yeah,
They won.
it
So I'm
was. I
trying to
don't even
remember. This
remember.
feels like it was forever, dude. It's
There's
been
just so many
so much.
games. Yeah,
Yeah. Atletico Madrid won. I
I think it
remember that.
was 2-0 to 1. I will
I'm
not
about to
the.
check. Dude, it's been what's today? Dude, what's today?
It's Tuesday and they played Saturday. Like
Yeah,
it's definitely not that long ago,
about
but
to
it
tell
feels
you.
like long.
They won. I'm sorry, that's not the correct day. Saturday the 13th. Yeah, Sociedad 2-1. Oh yeah, you had
2-1 the red card.
yeah, the red card.
Yeah,
Dean Hozin red
yeah, yeah.
card. What else happened in that game? I know that was the
That
major.
was a big thing. Yeah.
Mbappe scored. Was it out of a pen? I'm actually curious.
No,
No, how was the goal?
I don't remember.
Dude, I'm trying to like. I'm so sorry here, but like, so much football has happened. I do remember Yarzabal getting. Oh, that's
Oh,
what it
I know.
was.
Arda Guler scored 2. He scored the second
Yep,
one.
he
Yep.
scored the second one. So Madrid went up 2-0 before halftime. Mbappe scored the first. Guler scores the second. Dean Huijsen gets taken off at the 32nd minute. Or Yarzabal gets a penalty. That's the one that I had to show you the video. Remember with was it Carvajal?
Carvajal. Yeah,
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 with the
yeah.
handball. So yeah, I think
Barca fan. He showed me the video and he's like, "Oh, look, they didn't mark this handball. That was literally the pen that they got."
no. I was just questioning about the handball, but you know what? Crazy! Like literally on here, I'm seeing the goals. What a nice goal from Mbappe.
Let me see it.
Yeah, right there.
Oh
But
yeah, no. I seen. I do remember. It's where he sprinted past them.
yeah,
Yeah. I do remember now.
and then the second one, he cuts. Ooh, oh, I guess those are just the highlights.
Oh no, I
Um,
do remember the Gulers. I think Mbappe assisted it.
yeah, it's pulling up right now. Yeah, dude, I don't want to get into the whole debate of Arda Güler versus whoever or whatever. I know a lot of people rate him highly, and I'm not saying that he's not a good player. I just don't think he's like. I think he would be like a starting player, like what I mean by starting is like he'd be the star player of a weaker side. But maybe hold on. Maybe it has to say that Madrid is so built that like, but at the same time, like he can't be Madrid's star because Mbappe. Like my hats off to Mbappe. Like regardless of, and we'll talk about what happened today in the Champions League. But regardless of whatever happens, regardless if 90% or 80 or 70 or 60% of his goals are from penalties, he does what he needs to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone could argue that when you see Mbappe, he's one of those players that you tune in to watch play. You
Yeah.
know, and I guess like obviously there's a few of those players, but he's definitely one of those players that you tune in to watch play. Yeah, Arda did his thing. How much do you want to talk about the red card? Obviously, I think we could both agree it wasn't a red card.
No.
For those of you who don't know, Tino Huijsen got a red card. It was a breakaway from
For Yarzabal.
Oyarzabal. Yeah, and then he like cuts off the breakaway. he follows him, so I understand that there's.
Yeah,
But there was another defender in the
in
close
the foul.
proximity. It wasn't at half, but it was like 3/4 of the way. So there was definitely plenty of room for the other defender to catch up. I think most people would agree
And he
that
didn't even have control of the ball, or he has that ball.
no,
It
it was
literally
just playing
like I
through.
think they like kicked it up, and then it
Mhm,
bounced over Dean Housen and it bounced over
mhm.
Oyarzabal, and they both turned and are like chasing that. So he never even had control of the ball. Um, yeah, and then like you said, I mean, Eder Militao was right there. He was actually not even next to him. He was a little bit closer. I mean, just a
Yeah,
couple steps, but he was closer to
he's closer
goal.
to goal,
Yeah,
so I definitely think he could have made an interference.
for sure.
I think we agree that Hoysen deserved a yellow or
Yeah.
whatever,
I mean,
but
it was
not a
even
red.
then it was a soft
Yeah,
foul. He like barely
no, for
touched his
sure.
shoulder and he like but like you said, I think definitely a yellow. I mean, even I think I forgot what the name is, but like the committee for the refs in Spain, they came out and said that it wasn't
Mhm.
a red card.
Which
Um,
has been a constant problem, and I think we could get into that if you like, because we saw it. Okay, I kind of want I want to mention what we were talking about before, right? We were having a previous conversation. We were talking about like the bar, all the decisions,
yeah.
Spanish, whatever. Um, so a couple of weeks ago, everybody saw it. The Barcelona Rayo Vallecano VAR wasn't available. Everybody goes on blast Barcelona. Oh, you're cheating. Blah blah blah. If this would have been replayed, the referee committee comes out and says that the penalty on Yamal wasn't the right penalty. Which what does that do for you though?
Yeah.
uh, I made the argument back then, and I stand by this argument, not because I'm a Barca fan, but because this is truly how I feel. And I think if you're, no, I think if you're logical, the argument that I'm saying makes sense. I think if you're playing like if you're playing with your emotions, it doesn't. But okay, Barca plays at Rayo Vallecano,
Mhm.
right? How is that Barcelona's fault that the VAR wasn't on, available, whatever, right? Like they're not their facilities, so they
Well,
shouldn't.
does Barca have a facility? Oh, they
Yeah,
have
that's a whole.
the
That's a whole. We'll get into that in a sec. We'll
right.
get into that in a sec.
So it probably
But
was supposed to be at Camp Nou, but
no, so Barcelona had petitioned for La Liga to play the first few games away because of what's going on with Camp Nou, which it's
so it
nothing.
was their fault because they
Not
petitioned. They
really. Hold
petitioned to
on.
want to
Hold
play
on.
away.
Not really, because
Things
if
are
you go,
starting to add
hold
up,
on, hold on.
guys.
Go back to last year. Was it last year or the year before when the Santiago Bernabeu was under construction? Real Madrid had to do the exact same petition to
But did
play.
the bar ever go down?
Oh my god, but that's you're playing away regardless.
Just messing with you.
I know. But regardless, so that's an issue. But then I guess really my deeper question is like, what does it do for
Yeah,
as a
dude.
fan, right? Like
It's like,
if
oh, now I'm right. I was right.
I
It
was
wasn't
right,
a
but my
penalty.
team lost, but I was
Yeah, but
right.
I was right.
Like
Yeah,
it does nothing for you. I think if anything, it just adds more insult to the wound, you know? It's like,
yeah.
okay, yeah, we
It's
were
like, damn, we
wrong,
lost, and you're
sorry.
saying
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was all. Yeah,
And the reason why I'm talking about this is because something very similar, kind of tying everything together.
oh,
I don't know if you've been noticing it, but with Chivas these past few seasons, same thing. Last year against Monterrey, there was a very clear
oh
goal
yeah,
that was
yeah, yeah.
onside by Alan Pulido against Toluca, sorry. And it was like, oh no, he was offside. Dude, not only that, but then in Mexico, the VAR files get released after the game, so usually like a day after. Once the VAR files were released back then, it was found that they were re-recorded. They were in the original files. So the VAR had the audacity to go back, re-record, and then after all this happened, they're like, okay, you know what? They invited Chivas into the VAR facilities and gave them an explanation of everything that happened, but nothing comes of it. And as a fan for a team like that, it makes me think like, I don't care if you're giving me 10,000 explanations and they don't make sense. You messed up. My team got sorry, I'm thinking like 3 different languages right now. My team got affected by it,
Yeah.
and it's like, what am I gonna get from it? Okay, you messed up, so then everything goes on as normal, and I just have to suck it up. No, I think officials who mess up like that should be banned from like at least 1 to 2 games, kind of like a red card, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're not gonna be consistent, then maybe you shouldn't be working as much as someone else who will be consistent, right? Like at the end of the day, like this is top of the line. You have to perform top of the line.
Yeah, I think not even that, but it's crazy that the whole reason. I mean, before I mean, for those of you that played soccer, like it was always like you can't argue with the ref, like whatever he
Mhm.
says, it is what it is. Like, but now they have VAR, like they have all these like all this technology to tell you
Use
that he
it.
was wrong. Right.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the Dean Housen, like, they didn't even go back to review it
Yeah.
for VAR, that if it was a red card or not.
Which is like, I think the problem is that there's, I don't know. And I think in Spain, and this is why we're seeing it so much in Spain,
Mhm.
Spain is very polarizing. You're usually like 70% of people there, you're a Madrid fan. The other, well, I would say 60% of people there are Madrid fans. 30% are Barca fans. The other 10 is unanimous, right? Like whatever, all the other
Mhm.
ones. I think it's a polarizing issue because you could use bar one or two ways, and this is what I constantly see in Spain. You could use it to help you support, to help you provide evidence to support what you're seeing, or you could use it to help you provide evidence for what you want to see. I'll give you a clear explanation. El Clásico last year, not because it was Real Madrid and Barcelona and yada 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 yada. There was a play in which VAR goes to. I'm pretty sure it was a Fermin goal on the last El Clásico. I might be wrong. I'll double check. But there was one of the plays that VAR. The goal happens.
Mhm.
They go to VAR and you could hear in the background of the VAR how one of the VAR referees once the referee's like, okay, I'll disallow the goal. He goes like, yes. And it's because, granted, I know how it sounds or whatever, but my whole point is that like now going, hold on. I'll take some heat on my side too, right? Like now going to
Go
the
off
whole
in the comments on him.
right. Now going on the whole Barcelona side, there have been some issues and kind of with the conversation that we were having before we started, right? The problem isn't so much that for a lot of people isn't so much that it happened, it's who it happens to and why it
Yeah.
happens. When it happens to Madrid, when it happens to Barcelona, it's gonna be top of the newspaper next morning, right? And it's the same thing. At Vallecas with Rayo Vallecano, the same thing happened. The VAR went off. Somehow it's Barcelona's fault, yada yada yada. But yeah, kind of to close that cycle, but also reopen another one. Real Madrid wins 2-1 today with some very interesting refereeing decisions that now I want to get into as well. They played Marseille.
Mhm.
They started 1-0 down, right? And then Mbappe scores penalty. And then red card somewhere along the way there for Carvajal.
Carvajal. Which is crazy because he went in, Trent got injured in, like, the first 5
Mhm.
minutes, Carvajal goes in, and then he gets a red card. I mean, in the second half, I don't
Mhm.
remember what minute it was at, but,
71st, I believe.
something like that,
I
but
had
he
just seen it, so that's why, but I'll double check.
yeah, but he gets that
Continue.
red card, which
72nd, damn.
God, you were close. I mean,
Interesting.
as a Real Madrid fan, I can't argue it was a red card. Like he didn't headbutt him like crazy, but I mean, he made contact and definitely the goalie for Marseille sold it. I mean, he was on the floor for who knows how long,
Yeah.
but
Which every soccer player is gonna do, right? Like, at
yeah,
the end of the day, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, no, you didn't do it."
yeah. And like I was telling you, like with Carvajal, like his experience, like he should have. It was just like a dumb thing to do.
Yeah. Which then brings us to the highlight of the game.
Like the
Penalty for Real Madrid on the 2-1.
two penalties, but the first one clear
The
pen.
first, I think Kian Howe, even he admitted the first one clean though, but the first one clean.
I
Um,
said clear. The second one, hey, I mean,
let's say,
I could say I think
yeah,
it's a pen, bro.
let's say how we said it at the like before we started recording. Right? I told David, I'm like, listen, I understand. I think Madrid fans are going to say it's a penalty. I think other people are going to say it's not a penalty. I think there's going to be few wavering back and forward. We were watching it through Paramount Plus and CBS, whatever. Uh, Everyone was speaking there, which was Thierry Henry, blank, Micah, and
And the dude from Liverpool,
uh, I always
I forget
forget
his
his name.
name. Yeah.
Point is, they all agreed they had a rule analyst come on. They all agreed that it shouldn't have been a pen. Listen, if it was your team, whoever you support, you would have wanted that to be a pen, and I understand why you would have wanted. Realistically, I don't think it was a pen. My argument was his hand was back. Sure, that wasn't his landing hand or whatever. Usually, the pen gets called when the ball's shooting forward and you're opening your body to try to close off like where the ball goes to. I think he was falling in a natural position because if he didn't have his hand off a little bit to the side, he had it somewhat close, not completely extended, but to the side. If you didn't have it to the side, you would have had to slide tackle, like, if you were able to
He
see
had
it.
it
Like,
extended.
right. So
No, he
it's
had it extended.
not fully
Yes, he
extended.
did. He had it like this.
I
Again,
think
it's
he had
one
it.
thing if
So
he has it like this,
I
like
think extended
slightly.
is when you have your elbow, and I think that's kind of what
He
I think
did have
extended
his
is have elbow out like this. I think what he had was elbow tucked, arms somewhat extended.
right
Again,
arm.
so
That's
hold on. The ball comes from this is where it even gets trickier. The ball comes from a rebound up ahead, like both feet collide or something like that. The ball rebounds, bounces back. He then touches the ball. Keep in mind that when the ball bounces back, it's bouncing away from goal. Another reason why it shouldn't have been a penalty. He touches the ball, penalty gets given. Um, for Madrid, I think the bigger issue, just like I said before, one, it's the fact that it's a big club. Two, it's the fact that like if Real Madrid would have been running away with the game 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, whatever, or maybe 3-2, whatever, like you kind of get like, okay, it wasn't a penalty. It wouldn't have been such a big commotion.
mhm.
But because it happened the way that it happened, the game gets decided by that one goal. It's kind of
Yeah, I
even you
get you.
as a Madrid fan, I don't think you could be like, "Oh, I'm so happy that's how the game ended."
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, and it goes back to like there's just so many like gray areas with the rules. With like the handball rules, I feel like there's so many like
Yeah.
controversy and so many plays. Like what's considered your supporting arm. I mean, when I was watching Paramount, they were saying, "Oh, it hits his supporting arm." To me, that wasn't his supporting arm. It was
Hmm.
his right hand, and it hits his left. But again, I don't know what you consider as a supporting arm. They've said before, like if it comes off like a rebound, it doesn't count, right? Like or something like that. So I get your
Yeah.
point there. But I don't know. It's just so
It,
much
it
gray areas with a
yeah,
lot
it
of
gets
rules.
so complicated to actually like sit down.
Yeah, I don't.
But um aside from that, I mean, we'll get to Barca a little bit later because I know that we also want to talk about other leagues. Let's go with Serie A, dude. A lot of really good games with Serie A. So obviously the Napoli Fiorentina game. Did you happen to
Mhm.
catch the Juventus Inter game?
Oh yeah, that was a good
Absolute
game, bro.
crazy game. I think it
And it was just like bangers.
yeah.
Like every goal was a banger. Like what?
It got called like I think it gets called like literally in the 90th minute with a banger, but dude, such a fun game to watch. I had a lot of fun with that one. It was what 4-3
Yeah,
or 4? Yeah, yeah. And then today again, Juventus 4-4 against Dortmund. Also
Villarreal.
crazy
Oh,
game.
Dortmund, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, 8 goals in the second half. Um, and then
I did
Fiorentina.
want to say because last time we were talking about Man U and like
Mhm.
how players leave and like will start performing better. Bro, Rasmus Højlund. Okay, I'm not gonna say he's been
He's the
performing.
goat.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been he's been amazing for Napoli, but Man U signed Šeško, Embuemo, Mateus Cunha, 3 strikers, and they paid a lot. Altogether, they have 1 goal this season.
That's
How many goals does
yep.
Rasmus Højlund have this
And
season for Napoli?
yeah,
1.
and that's where I tell you that like as much as people don't want to see it, like the problem at some point it's not so much. I mean, I will say that the problem is the entire freaking club. I said it
Yeah.
last time. Get a shaman for that club, but the problem falls into
Something bigger than the players and
right,
the manager for
right.
me. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
manager's trash though. Whatever. But yeah, so Hoyland gets a goal. We've also seen, I mean, the obvious one. McTominay's been having a phenomenal season. He had a phenomenal season
Hmm.
last time with Napoli. He's going crazy this year again. So that was really fun. I did check on the Juventus game. So yeah, so Atsic Vasiliji Atsic scored on the
Oh, the
91st minute.
91st minute. Yeah, that big
So
game scored a
basically
banger too.
calls
Yeah.
yeah, basically call game. And then we obviously had Juventus go on a shootout with Dortmund. At a certain point, I think they were down like 4-2, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you. So again, not giving betting advice, but I bet on this game, and once Juventus was down 4-2, I was like, yeah, it's over. And it was the 2 goals they scored were like in 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
they
the 94th and 96th
96.
minute.
And
What a crazy
Vlahovic,
comeback. Yeah.
bro, he went in the 60th minute, had 2 goals. Yeah, 2 goals and an assist.
Yep, 67, 90. Yeah, absolute crazy. So yeah, we had Dortmund start off with the lead in the 52nd. Then Yitlitz ties it. and Mecca brings Dortmund back up 65th. And then Blahovic ties it 67th, Couto 74th, and Ben
Then the pen.
Savani
Yeah.
86th with the pen, yeah. And then we had Blahovic again in the 94th and Lloyd Kelly in the 96th to bring it all together.
No,
Dude,
that one was a crazy game. I don't think
yeah.
anyone expected it to be.
I love the new format of the Champions League. Like it's so fun to see like all these great games and the way that they're set up. I think it's so much fun. I'm happy that we changed to it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I'm just excited for the Champions League.
Yeah, no, that I mean, especially starting off like this with day one. I mean, we even had some upsets. I know
But
you want to talk about Barca, but I
no,
mean,
let's go for the upsets. Yeah,
PSV and Union
0-3
SJ
to Union, right? They lost
1-3, 3-1.
1-3.
Yeah, I was not expecting PSV to
Qua,
lose.
why can't I say their name?
Oh, quarterback. Yeah,
Yeah, they beat out
Benfica.
Benfica 3.
And Benfica was up. I think I was watching. They were up 2-0.
Yeah.
So for them to come back and win, I'm pretty sure they were up 2-0. Yeah, they scored in the 6th minute and in the 16th minute, and then after that,
I only
back, came back.
I only cut the highlights in the end of that game. Like literally, it was nasty for the players and the coach. The fans were like booing. It was. I wouldn't be surprised if that coach doesn't last a lot longer
Yeah, I
at
mean,
Benfica.
to go against Karabakh, I think that was their first win in Champions League
Mhm.
ever.
You definitely don't want to be on the wrong side of
No.
history sometimes.
And to be against, yeah.
Yeah.
And to be like Benfica, like, yeah, I mean,
With PSV, I was also surprised though.
oh, for
I
sure.
mean, I rate PSV highly, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Union Saint Gilloise.
It's from McAllister plays for his brother. Yeah,
I was like, wait, doesn't he play Liverpool?
yeah, his brother plays there.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. Where are they from?
Yeah, but
Gives me like Russian vibes, but I thought Russian teams weren't allowed in the Champions League. I don't
honestly, I could
know.
not tell you.
Yeah,
I'd
doesn't
check
matter.
that.
Anyhow, we closed off with Tottenham beating Villarreal 1-0. Tottenham being so weird, dude. There's games that you expect. Like I expected this game to be like a 3-0, 3-1.
Same. Yep.
Um,
No, and then they're from Belgium.
Belgium.
But yeah, no,
That makes
that
sense.
and like the signings they had. I mean, they bought Xavi Simmons, they bought Kudus, they got now I'm blanking out. Who else do they have that they just bought? They had those
Dude, we're
two.
missing a big one.
I know
I'm
we are.
googling this because we're missing a big one.
But Kudus, I mean, even Xavi Simmons, and yeah, to win 1-0 and no one really scored a goal because it was an own goal. Did you see that own goal?
Uh-uh.
That shit was embarrassing, bro, for the goalkeeper for Villarreal.
So they got Archie Gray from Leeds, Mohamed Kudus from West Ham, Matisse Tell. That's what I was thinking of. Bayern. I don't know if it's big or whatever, but Antonin Kinski from Slavia Prague, Kevin Danso on loan from Lens, Xavi Simmons from RB Leipzig, and Kulumwani.
Oh, Kulomani, they did get, yeah, that's the big one. Yeah. Yeah, no, bro, it was embarrassing. He literally crosses the ball. It was Bergwall. He crosses the ball in and it's like going to the ground and the goalie comes out and he just like let's say the table's the ground. He goes to grab it and when he does,
He like
he just
bounces.
it doesn't even bounce. He like basically grabbed it and it just like slipped out his hand and it just goes in.
Damn.
And he was probably like
Was he a young
he was like at
keeper?
the edge of his what is the 6, right? It's
Yeah.
like the 6 and the 18. He was at that like the edge of his 6
Oh, you mean the 9?
box. Is it the 9?
Pretty sure it's
No,
9 yard.
the 9. Okay, so the 9 yard. But nah, that shit was.
That's got to be, dude.
But again, for Tottenham being like they have all these great players, and that's the only goal that got scored.
Yeah. So it's not. Which is what we were saying about how like Tottenham feels like they're so unpredictable, man. Like that's the one team I'd be scared to bet on. Not saying that you should bet, uh, but I would be scared to bet on because
It's just inconsistent.
inconsistent.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do something interesting though. Let's do something different. So obviously today, the games that happened, but we got a lot of wonderful games tomorrow. We have Olympiacos facing off against Pafos, Slavia Prague going against Bodo Glimt. Sorry, I guess those aren't really the great games I was talking about. But we have Ajax playing Milan, Inter that is Milan, Bayern Chelsea. Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, the defending champions, are playing Atalanta.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Which honestly, Atalanta's
is Barca playing
no, Barca plays Thursday.
Why?
That's last.
Oh, yeah. Wait. No. I'm not tripping. We didn't have Champions League Thursday before, did we?
No, we didn't. That's what I was telling you. Before it was Europa League was on
Europa
Thursday.
League so when's Europa League now?
That's what I asked you. I literally asked him this before we started.
Oh God. Dude, my brain is like fried today. I'm sorry. And then Thursday, yeah, we have Club Brugge against Monaco.
So tomorrow we have Olympiacos, Pafos, Slavia Prague, and Bodo, and then PSG, Atalanta, and I think Chelsea, Bayern are the only ones for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I might have missed some. Liverpool,
Atletico. But what I wanted to do is okay, so we got that tomorrow. Thursday, we got Bruges, Monaco, Copenhagen against Bayern Leverkusen, Eintracht Frankfurt, Galatasaray, Manchester City, Napoli. That's going to be a wonderful game.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle United versus Barcelona, Sporting versus Kairat Almaty. Here's what I want to do. I want to go through each game and let's just give her takes. All right, not saying that we should bet, not saying that you should go out and bet.
Just for tomorrow or for the remaining?
Just for the remaining of so tomorrow and Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. Olympiacos Pafos, who do you got?
Just having Olympiacos I'm going to go with Olympiacos.
Okay. Slavia Prague versus Bodo Glimt. I'm going to go with Slavia, but
I'm going to go with Bodo. I don't know why, but I mean, looking at today, you never know.
Ajax versus Inter.
Ajax versus Inter.
I'll go with Inter.
Yeah.
I mean, Inter's a little Chelsea Bayern.
Oof, that one's gonna be a good game. Oh, I don't even know. I want to say where are they playing at? I feel like this is Germany.
Yeah.
I feel like
they're playing.
And we talked about this earlier. I think it really depends who's home because sometimes that makes a big difference. I think Bayern might be home.
Bayern's home. Yeah. So I'm picking Bayern. Yeah, I was going Bayern regardless. I think Chelsea's a lot of hype.
And with Luis Diaz now, they got Luis Diaz. They've been playing really good. They won the other day 5-0.
The problem with Bayern is that you can never really use their league to determine how good because Formula League. But Liverpool, Atletico Madrid. I'm going Liverpool. I don't even have a doubt. Yeah. I think Atletico has been so inconsistent. They had a terrible start. They finally got some points. Liverpool. PSG's Atalanta, I don't think it's going to be as crazy as people think.
I don't know. I feel like Atalanta is usually like an underdog. Like you don't expect them to win, and sometimes they just pull up out of nowhere. And right now, I think PSG has Dembele and Doué injured. So might make a difference, but
I mean,
and they're playing at PSG.
Yeah, they're playing at Paris.
It might be.
I think PSG. I do understand that Doué and Dembele being out could be kind of scary, but dude, you got Barcola as a
replacement. No, and Barcola this weekend he scored a banger. He scored 2 goals,
he's been going off. So I'm not too worried. I love Barcola. I rate him highly. Even I rate him higher than Doué actually before Doué popped off, but then I was obviously wrong. Club Brugge versus Monaco. I think Monaco. I haven't really seen them play.
They're playing at Club Brugge.
I don't care.
So I don't know. What does Monaco have? Oh, they have your boy, Fati. The next Messi.
Yeah, Ansu Fati, Paul
Pogba. Yeah, I can see Monaco taking it.
Copenhagen versus Leverkusen. I'm going to call a tie on that one.
Really? I'm going to go Leverkusen.
Frankfurt, Galatasaray.
You said who? Sorry.
Eintracht Frankfurt versus Galatasaray. Are you looking? You're cheating, man.
How am I cheating? I'm looking at the game.
Don't look at the odds.
No. I was looking. It's because at first I had Man City on mine, so I was like, "Who are you talking about?" Yeah. Then I had to scroll down to.
Sorry,
no. I think Galatasaray, bro, because they have Osimhen,
Sane.
I'm
going with Galatasaray as well. They are playing in Germany though. Still Galatasaray.
I don't think it'll make a difference.
Manchester City, Napoli. I'm going Napoli. I don't care. They're playing in Manchester. Still going Napoli. I love Napoli the way that they've been playing lately. We talked. Of course. So
I know I want them to win too, but I don't know. Something's telling me Man City's gonna win just because I feel like this win against Man U probably lit something in them.
Yeah. Well, but at the same time, hold on. So I was thinking about how you said like it really makes a difference who's playing at home, who's playing away, but Manchester City playing at home doesn't really matter because they like their fan base is not really there at home. Have you seen all that banter they get?
No,
No,
no, I
like
haven't seen it.
they're not able to like fill their stadiums or
Really?
crowd is their dude. Did you not see the year that they won the Champions League? Like how dead their crowd was. Like literally in terms of who did they beat out for the Champions League crown? Wasn't Chelsea, right? No, because they lost to Chelsea.
I don't remember.
I would have to go back to check. But you would see on one side the other team, like they were super lit and excited, and then you would see City fans and they were just walking around like it was a regular day. Yeah, look at the banter for Manchester City fans when we were playing at home. Like
Yeah, I'm gonna look that
their
up.
fans
So
are
you're right. It might not make a difference, but I don't know. I feel like just that win against Man U might light up something in them that they're probably gonna start playing better now.
yeah,
So
that's fair. We
I can see.
differ, but I think
I
Napoli.
hope Napoli wins though.
Yeah. Barcelona, Newcastle, Barcelona without a
Newcastle.
doubt,
Oh,
especially after what we saw this weekend. Like, oh,
I, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Barcelona quick.
and then Sporting versus Skydad Sporting.
Sporting.
I don't know the other team. That's why, but it might be a tie. Those teams that you usually don't know might sometimes surprise you and give you the tie. But yeah, let's get into Barcelona really quickly. So this past weekend, they went absolutely bonkers. 6-0 against Sevilla, was it? I believe.
Valencia.
Valencia, sorry. Yeah, super high intensity game, at least for Barcelona. We had Lewandowski and Rafinha coming off the bench, both scoring braces.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. We had Fermin Lopez reestablishing himself. 2 goals, absolute bangers. Love that for him.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, I honestly think that Fermin Lopez is like I don't think he's hype anymore. I think last year he was hype. And I think a lot of people bought his stock and they were like, oh yeah, he could be someone. And I constantly said it, and I know I'm gonna get so much hate, but I don't have a doubt that Fermin Lopez is top 3 center attacking mids right now. And I'll make it even more like spicy of a take. I'll take Fermin Lopez over Bellingham anytime. Yeah, call me crazy, but
No, I think he's a great player. I think Barca made the right choice not selling him this summer. I know that Chelsea was interested in him, and there was
40 mil though. Come
yeah,
on, spit in the face.
well, I mean, you also got to take a.
He's young.
I mean, no, take a look at Barca though. You guys
Oh,
are in a
yeah,
financial crisis,
no,
so at
for
this
sure.
point, any money is good money. That's probably what Chelsea was thinking. I was like, hey, I mean, we'll give you 40 mil. They probably thought Barca would just take it. So no, it was a good thing that they didn't. No Lamine Yamal, and I feel like they played a lot better, honestly.
They did play really good. I think a lot of it had to do with how they opened the scoring, and then they went.
I mean, even in the beginning, so man, Ferran Torres, he had a lot of chances too that he missed. There was one where it was like wide open, he hit the post.
I think that's the problem with Ferrando, that he scores a lot, and sometimes that masks how inconsistent he could be. And he does score in big games, but it's also like, dude, if you were 10% more consistent, you would be an absolute baller. Not that he's not, but
right.
yeah.
Like Lewandowski, I mean, he went in and like one of the goals was like same thing, like 1v1 against the goalie. He like, I think it might have been Fermin. I don't remember. It was the first goal Lewandowski scored though, but he literally like gets the ball, like turns on the defender, and then he just like boom, top 90 banger. Nothing. I mean, Ferran Torres could never, bro. He literally there was what I think it was like they passed to him, wide open goal, no goalie, and he shoots it right at the goalie.
Yeah,
it was pretty wide open. Like the goalie was on the other side. He had to like turn. Like he didn't even have to control it. Honestly, he could have just shot it.
Yeah,
but he took a touch, gave the goalie the opportunity to shift a little, and then shoots it right at him.
Yeah, I think another.
Oh no, he shoots it at the post.
Yeah. I think another big takeaway. Well, Fermin was Fermin.
No, yeah, I think Fermin is a great.
Another big takeaway that I got from the Barca game, Rafinha. I was really worried and not so much I was really worried, but I think Barcelona fans as a whole were really worried that whether last season was a fluke, whether it was going to be kind of like Vinicius, where he had that Ballon d'Or season, run-up season or whatever, and then he kind of fell off. And I think Rafinha is reestablishing himself, and he's not going anywhere. So apparently,
so it's okay for him to score tap-ins, though, right? But if Ronaldo does it,
oh
he's a tap-in
my god, bro! He had like
so if Ronaldo scores a tap-in, he's a tap-in merchant. If Rafinha scores a tap-in, because his first goal was a tap-in, Rashford crosses it in, he taps it in. Oh, he's reestablishing his dominance in football.
What I'm saying is that like he scored 2 goals.
He's great. I think. And going back to like the Ferran Torres, I feel like Hansi Flick isn't too worried about Ferran not scoring because he knows that like he depends a lot on like his wingers like
Mhm.
Lamine Yamal, Rafinha,
So,
or
which brings me to a whole lot of craziness that happened around the Barcelona game, and it's just blowing my mind. So, apparently, obviously, it was played at one of Barcelona's. I'm pretty sure it's like Ciutat Sportiva, like one
mm,
of their like training grounds.
yeah,
6,000 people were allowed in because they're having problems with Camp Nou. Obviously, it's not ready, and then Montjuic, you can't play there because Post Malone was having a concert that day or something like that.
mm-hmm.
Um, here's the interesting part. Um, After the game, they waited for the bus to take them. They didn't shower or anything there because there's no facilities to like fully do.
Yeah,
So they waited for the bus to take them back to like their training ground, which is kind of in their training facility. If you've ever been to Ciudad Sportiva, to take them back so they could shower like in their training lockers or whatever. Marca and Real Madrid TV actually did a whole segment. Maybe not Real Madrid TV, but Marca did a whole segment about how they forgot two players because they did like since they were moving in smaller buses. Uh, I think it was
goes to show how broke they are.
Fermin and Lewandowski were like left behind on the because the first bus went, and Fermin and
That's
Lewandowski were.
crazy, bro.
So we go back to like preseason. They left Christensen in
Oh
Japan.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
So,
It just,
dude, I swear to God, sometimes like I feel like my club is a little bit of a meme, and I kind of love it though. I like to.
but it's crazy though. Like you forget, like okay, it's one thing if it's like, oh, they forgot like no name.
Yeah,
This,
but they forgot two players that just scored braces. So it's like, but it's not so much that they forgot. So apparently the explanation was, and this is where it really makes sense. Smaller buses were taking the players from the stadium where they were playing back to their training ground facility. So it's all within like a couple blocks technically
mm-hmm.
walking. So it's not that big of a deal. I was obviously blowed up on social
Right?
media.
Like it's not even maybe they forgot. It's just like we don't have room. We're gonna come back for you or something. But
But then finally, I just want to really quickly get into one more thing, and this goes back to something that I was saying last time about the Spanish Federation,
these
whatever.
conspiracy theories.
Put on your thinking hats, guys, because we're about to talk about the big elephant in the room, Lamine Yamal. He was missing against Valencia. He's going to be missing against Newcastle. He might be missing against this week. He's not healthy. He wasn't healthy for the Spanish break. Barcelona was told by the Spanish Federation that Lamine Yamal, they knew that Lamine Yamal wasn't healthy. He had a problem with his back, his lower back or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they decided to inject them with medicine and make them play. Understandable if you need to qualify for the World Cup. Understandable if you're having a very tough match. Absolutely no reason why you should be injecting a player to play 70 plus minutes while you're up 3-0 and you can sub them out. Like, I condemn the Spanish Federation. I think it's disgusting. I said it last week. Look at who the heads of the Spanish Federation are, and that'll tell you all you need to know. But I just don't think that's fair. And I'm very upset about it, not just because Lamine is like such an important piece of the Barcelona side, but he's a really up and coming baller that I want to see a lot more of. And I think it's disgusting that we might not get to see his full potential all the time, or he might be risked to injuries because of things like this. And this isn't the only case. Pedri, a couple of years
Yeah.
back, he played an extreme amount of games.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's literally the meme of Pedri's like face looking like all
tired.
Yeah, because he's played so many games. He suffered an injury. Under this coach was this establishment was the same coaching staff or whatever that we saw Gavi tear his ACL with Spain after struggling through a lot of games as well. It's just curious to me because while we're seeing this with key star Barcelona players, you are not forcing certain other players, to say the least, to go out and play while you're up 3-0. And I don't think there's a reason for Lamine Yamal to happen on the pitch.
Like who? Do you have an example of one?
I do have an example,
Who?
but look at any Real Madrid players.
Like who? Name one.
Carvajal. Why wasn't Carvajal playing? Carvajal's back with Real Madrid.
Yeah, but it's also
Nope. Carvajal was back. Hold on. The argument for why Tinhoisen was playing was because, he's good, blah, 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 blah. He's a starter. Why he's playing over Kubarsi? Not understandable. Regardless, Carvajal was your starting right back, correct? So if Carvajal is your starting right back, if this game's so important that you have to inject an 18-year-old medicine to play, and you're 3 up and you can play, why can't Carvajal play?
Who's the right back that plays?
He's healthy. I don't know. Let me go check. I
I'm just
genuinely
going with Carvajal. I think, like, even
he's a
speaking as
start.
Real Madrid, I think he's like he's pretty old, bro.
No, I agree, but he's dude. It's the same thing with Cucurella. Like the reason why Cucurella is starting over Balde is apparently because it's a system and we've been playing this system and we won the Euros with this
Cucurella is
system.
way younger than
Yeah,
Carvajal.
Carvajal's 32, wasn't he? Like
Yeah,
let
and
me just check.
Cucurella is what, like 26?
Now I can't remember how old he is, but we saw it last time. But my point is that like if it's really
My thing was just I was just going at like I feel like most of Real Madrid's top players aren't Spanish players, so it's like
Mhm.
whereas
I
like
see. So like
Barca, you
Mbappe,
have
yeah.
Pedri, Fermin, Lamine Yamal, Balde, Cubarsí. Like majority of your starters are Spanish players.
Yeah.
Whereas like us, it's like Dean Housen, Carvajal, Carreras.
All I'm saying is I just find it unreasonable. Or let me
I
ask
feel like
you.
your logic just doesn't make sense because then at that point it's like why I don't know.
Okay. Well then just going to this
Conspiracy theory.
question. My question is, what would happen if you find out as a Madrid fan, Kylian Mbappe is suffering with any sort of issue. They're winning 3-0 against Moldova. And then he comes back to Real Madrid. He's not able to play for a couple of weeks, maybe even longer, because it finds out that the French national team wanted him.
I would say
now you
that Real Madrid is big enough to not rely on one player. So if you're that upset and you have to rely on Lamine Yamal,
no,
then that says something
that.
about the Barcelona fan base.
The problem is not that we're relying so much on Lamine
like it.
Yamal. I think he's a phenomenal player, and I think he's a key piece.
I don't think. Well, I mean, your examples with Pedri and Gavi were different, but I feel like it's also different because it's like he had back pain. I would have been different if he's like, oh, he got hit, his ankle twisted, his knee like twisted, whatever. Like he could be potentially have like a torn meniscus, what fractured ankle, whatever. Versus like my back hurts. It's like, bro, yeah, take some painkillers, chill out. Like it's your back. Like it's not that serious. Well, like it's not like he got hit. If he just showed up, it's like, yeah, my back hurts.
He couldn't train. It was to a degree where he couldn't train. They did.
What happened though? It's just like woke up one day, he's like, I slept wrong, my back hurts.
No. It's not like one of the disc in his back was inflamed. They literally couldn't make him train. Like Barcelona has the receipts. Spain basically messaged Barcelona, letting them know what's going on. Why Lamine Yamal wasn't going to be training because he couldn't train. They didn't think he was training fit. He wasn't fit enough to train. But you're going to make him play. Okay, you made him play. Fine. You need to win a goal of the World Cup. Okay. You're up 2-0. 2-0 at halftime. Why is he still on?
2-0 is the most dangerous.
3-0. Sorry. 3-0. Pedro at the 6.
Bro, just change up the story. 2-0, 3-0.
Pedro at the 6. Mikel Merino at the 4th.
He had back pain. Now he has a herniated
and at the 22nd. Bro, even then, by the 62nd minute, you were already up 6-0. At least, worst case scenario, 60th minute, he should have been subbed off.
6-0
starting right back, by the way, Pedro Porro.
Bro. Pedro Porro's pretty good, bro. Like he's gonna run way more than Carvajal.
Yeah, I'm not here arguing that Carvajal is a better player. I'm just saying,
you're arguing that Real Madrid is forcing
their players. I'm arguing. My argument is that there's certain players don't get.
Comment. Let us know what you think. If his conspiracy theory is.
Yeah, please let us know.
I don't even know what it is.
With that, just one more closing thing, because I don't know if we'll get to. I think we will. So the Ballon d'Or is coming up next week. We have a video on that. We'll leave the link in the bio or whatever. Go check it out. Pretty cool. And then this week, Friday, if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition of FC 26, that goes live. Did you really?
I'm pre-order it now.
Are you gonna order it?
I don't even know if I'm gonna buy it at all.
Why?
I don't know.
Damn, I pre-ordered it already.
Damn.
And I only really do it because when I play with you guys.
Game share. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I only really do it when I play with you guys. Otherwise, I don't.
I might buy it.
Yeah.
I always say that I'm not gonna buy it. I do. So.
But yeah, aside from that, any closing thoughts? It's been.
No, I think that's it. Obviously, we told you guys our takes on what we think is gonna happen in the Champions League tomorrow and Thursday. So keep an eye on those games, see if we're right. I mean, with the Champions League, you never know, so we could be completely wrong. But yeah, we'll see how those games go. Got some good games coming up.
Yep,
Um,
and
yeah,
talk about those next time.
yeah.
Thanks for following. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let us know what we're right, what we're wrong. Make fun of us, whatever. This was 90 plus. And we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.